Lihai, the family of the former president, has announced the passing on of the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, this afternoon in a clinic in London. May Allah accept him. This is the message that was released regarding the death of former president Muhammadu Buhari. He died in London. After ruling Nigeria for 8 years, he died in London, not in a Nigerian hospital. President Muhammadu Buhari died at the age of 82, and his death has sparked a range of reaction across Nigeria and beyond. While some mourn the loss of a former leader, others express relief, even jubilation, reflecting on a presidency marked by controversy, unmet promises, and a significant economic challenges. Buhari's life was one of a military discipline, political ambition, and a polarizing legacy, particularly during his first term as Nigerian democratically elected president from 2015 to 2019. Before that, he was a military head of state. Buhari's military career was illustrious but controversial. He played a role in the 1975 coup that ousted General Yakubu Gowon, earning him the position of military governor of the northeastern state, Namborno. Later, he served as the Federal Commissioner for Petroleum Resources under General Olusegun Obasanjo and became the chairman of the Petroleum Trust Fund in 1990s under Sani Abacha. His first taste of national leadership came in 1983 when he led a military coup against President Shehu Shagari, becoming Nigeria's military head of state. His 20-month rule was defined by the war against indiscipline, a campaign to install order and curb corruption, but he also criticized for human rights abuses, including the detention of political opponents and harsh policies like the expulsion of over 700,000 migrants, which led to famine in Niger, known as Buhari. In 1985, he was overthrown in a coup led by General Ibrahim Babangida. After his release from detention in 1988, Buhari stepped back from the public eye but never abandoned his political ambition. He ran for president in 2003, 2007, and 2011 under different political platforms, losing each time. His persistence paid off in 2015 when he won the presidency under the All Progressive Congress (APC), defeating incumbent President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Buhari's 2015 victory was fueled by widespread frustration with Jonathan administration, which was plagued by corruption scandals, insecurity, and economic stagnation. Nigerians saw Buhari, a retired general with a reputation for incorruptibility, as a strong leader who could tackle the Boko Haram insurgency, root out corruption, and revive the economy. His campaign slogan, "Change," resonated with millions who believed he could steer Nigeria, then the third fastest growing economy in the world, towards a greater prosperity. Buhari was sworn in on May 29, 2015. Buhari promised to serve all Nigerians, famously declaring, "I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody." However, the first few years of President Muhammadu Buhari administration proved to be colossal. It was disastrous. There was nothing that he has to offer Nigeria. Few years into President Muhammadu Buhari administration, Nigeria went into depression. Twice under his administration, Nigeria experienced depression. It was a very disastrous administration that was never meant to happen. Remember, President Muhammadu Buhari took over the third fastest growing economy in the world, but he stagnated Nigeria economy. He destroyed everything that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has built to make Nigeria a prosperous nation. One of Buhari's most criticized decisions was his resistance to devaluing the naira. Despite advice from economists, Buhari maintained an artificially strong exchange rate, which led to a severe foreign currency shortage in 2016. This policy stifled businesses as importers struggled to access dollars and foreign investors pulled out due to uncertainty. The naira eventually lost 70% of its value against the dollar by the end of his presidency, with inflation reaching an 18-year high. The central bank's multiple exchange rate created opportunities for arbitrage and corruption, further undermining economic stability. In 2019, Buhari's administration closed Nigeria's land border to curb smuggling and boost local production. While the intent was to promote self-sufficiency, the policy disrupted trade, increased food prices, and strained relations with neighboring countries. The border closure, combined with erratic economic policies, contributed to perception of incompetence. Under Buhari's first term, Nigeria experienced a recession in 2016. The economy contracted by 1.6%, and recovery was slow, with growth averaging just 0.9% during his tenure. By 2018, Nigeria overtook India as the world's poverty capital, with 133 million people, over half the population, living in abject poverty. Unemployment soared to 23%, and millions of Nigerians lost their job due to economic downturn, which hit Buhari's second term, but had roots in the weaknesses of his first. Buhari administration inherited a national debt of about $60 billion. By 2019, it had ballooned to over $150 billion. Majority of this borrowing was mismanaged, with little to show for in terms of transformative infrastructure or economic growth. By 2023, Nigeria was using 96% of its revenue to service debt, a situation the World Bank warned was unsustainable. Buhari's military background raised expectation that he would decisively tackle insecurity, particularly the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. But under his administration, insecurity escalated. It spread to every part of the country, from the northeast to the northwest to the north central to the southeast to the south-south. Nigeria became a behemoth of criminals. Buhari's first term was marked by high expectation but widespread disappointment. His slow decision-making earned him the nickname Baba Go Slow and frequent medical trips to the UK, despite investments in a presidential clinic, frustrated many. His perceived inaction and aloofness, coupled with economic woes, led to a loss of goodwill. Nigerians will remember Buhari as someone that took over the third fastest growing economy from Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in 2015 and turned it into a mess. Nigeria will remember Buhari as someone that wasted 8 years of their precious life. Nigeria will remember Buhari as someone that made great promises for them but failed to deliver any. Nigeria will remember Buhari as someone that was adjudged to be an incorruptible man, but under his administration, we saw corruption of high proportion. We saw scandals of high proportion. People were looting the treasury on check. 8 years in office, there is no single achievement that President Muhammadu Buhari can point out that this is what he left for Nigeria. 8 years in office, President Muhammadu Buhari could not equip one single hospital that would be able to treat him. He was sick and he was flown away to London. The president of the most populous black nation on earth was sick. He was flown to London, being treated in London, and he died in London. What a shame. After 8 years in office, President Muhammadu Buhari could not build a standard hospital, could not equip a standard hospital in Nigeria that would take care of his health for him. What a shame. After 8 years of wasting Nigerians' time, he decided to die in a faraway land, in a strange man land, in London, not in his own country. After messing up life of millions of Nigerians, destroying jobs, President Buhari is no more. Who will account for all the mismanaged resources? Who will account for the destruction that occurred under his administration? Who will account for the corruption, the brazen corruption that we saw under President Muhammadu Buhari administration? Who will account for the abuse of human rights? Who will account for the NSAS protest that led to the Lekki massacre, that saw to the killing of young Nigerians who trooped out en masse to call for the end of police brutality, but they were murdered in cold blood by the security force in this country that was charged with the responsibility of protecting them. And it happened under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, who said that these people were trying to overthrow him. To date, nobody, no one has been made to pay regarding what happened on October 20, 2020. But here he is no more. Before leaving, he handed over power to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has continued on the trajectory and the road of destruction, who has continued in the same line to destroy Nigeria's economy and resources. Nigeria is even worse off than it were under President Muhammadu Buhari. And soon, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will complete his tenure and leave, and the cycle will continue. No one will be held accountable for mismanagement and destruction in this country. That's the time of President Muhammadu Buhari. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.